Imagine a country once hidden from the world, a secret locked behind mountains and a strange history. Now, throw away the old black and white pictures you might have in your head. This is not that Albania. To understand the Albania of 2025, you don't look at the government reports or the new roads, though there are plenty. You don't just look at the stunning beaches or the wild, forgotten mountains. If you want to see the real story of this place, the pulse of its present, and the blueprint for its future, you just have to look at the girls. Look at their faces, their dreams, the way they move through their world. This is their story. Our story starts at sunrise in the capital, Tirana. The city is already humming, a symphony of car horns and cafe machines. And walking through this chaos, with a confidence that would make their grandmothers gasp, are the young women of Albania. Meet Anila. She's 24. She orders a macchiato with oat milk, something unheard of here just 5 years ago. Her laptop is covered in stickers, one of them a map of the world. She is a graphic designer, working for a startup based in Berlin. Her office is this cafe. Her view, the bustling street. Her grandmother, at her age, was likely illiterate. Her world defined by the family farm and the rules of the village. Anila's world is global. She negotiates contracts online, she travels solo, she decides her own life. This is the first quiet revolution. It's not fought with weapons, but with Wi-Fi and a stubborn will. But to really feel the shift, you have to step out of the cool cafes and into the warmth of a family home. We are invited for lunch by Ilona and her family. The table groans with food, a beautiful, chaotic spread of birek, grilled meats, and fresh salads. The grandfather, a man with kind eyes and rough hands, tells stories of the past, of hardship and fear. He speaks with pride of his son. But then, his gaze softens as he looks at his granddaughter, Ilona. She is 17. She is quietly explaining her physics homework to her mother. She wants to be an engineer. The grandfather listens, and instead of the old expectation that a girl should be a good wife and mother, he simply nods and says, "She is the smart one. She will go far." This simple, profound pride in a girl's mind, not just her homemaking skills, is an earthquake in the foundation of the family structure. It's a rewrite of the family script, happening over a lunch table. Now follow the sound of music down a narrow cobblestone street in the historic city of Gjirokastër. It's not traditional folk music, but the thrum of a bass guitar. In a basement that once stored wine, a band is practicing. The lead singer is a girl named Clea. Her voice is powerful, raw, singing lyrics she wrote about breaking free. Her parents were initially horrified. A musician? An uncertain life on a stage? But she persisted. She showed them her songs, her passion. Now, her father, a builder, sometimes stands awkwardly by the door, listening. He doesn't understand the music, but he understands the fire in her eyes. He sees her determination, a quality he always admired in himself, now reflected in his daughter. The arts were once a hobby. Now they are a career path for girls who refuse to be silent. This new confidence is spilling into the public spaces. In the coastal city of Vlori, along the sparkling Ionian Sea, the beach is no longer just a place for men to play dominoes. It's a runway. Watch the girls. They are not hiding. They walk in groups, laughing, wearing whatever makes them feel good, from stylish one-pieces to bikinis. They occupy space. They are visible. This seems simple, but it is a radical act in a culture that for centuries taught women to be modest, to be unseen. Their visibility is a statement. It says, "We are here. This is our country too, and we will enjoy it on our own terms." Of course, the path is not always smooth. For every Anila designing from a cafe, there is a girl in a remote village facing a different reality. We drive high into the accursed mountains, where the air is thin and traditions run deep. Here, we meet Majlinda. She is 15. Her life is a delicate balance between 2 centuries. In the morning, she helps her mother make cheese and bake bread, skills passed down for generations. In the afternoon, she sits on the floor of her family's small stone house, her smartphone connecting her to a virtual classroom. She is learning coding through an online program for girls in rural areas. The signal is weak. The power cuts out. But her determination is a steady flame. She sees the world of Tirana, of Europe, on her screen, and she knows it is possible for her too. Her dream is not to leave her mountains, but to one day start a business that brings tourist money directly to the women of her village. She represents the bridge between the old Albania and the new, holding on to the strength of her heritage while grabbing the future with both hands. This energy is infectious. Back in Tirana, the nightlife tells another part of the story. The bars and clubs are filled with an equal mix of young men and women. They are talking, laughing, debating politics, art, and life. The conversations are fluid, a mix of Albanian and English. The dating scene has transformed. It's no longer the heavily chaperoned meetings of the past. It's about choice. It's about finding a partner, not just accepting an arrangement. The girls are picky. They have standards. They want men who see them as equals, who respect their ambitions. This is forcing a change in the young men too. They are adapting, learning to communicate in a new way. The dynamic between the sexes is being rewired, one conversation, one date at a time. So, what does it all mean? As the sun sets over the Dajti mountain, casting a golden glow over Tirana, the answer becomes clear. The construction cranes on the skyline, the new airports, the EU negotiations, these are just the backdrop. The real transformation of Albania is happening in the hearts and minds of its girls. They are the engine of this new era. They are educated, they are connected, and they are utterly fearless. They are not waiting for permission. They are building businesses, pursuing science, creating art, and demanding their place at every table. The story of Albania in 2025 is a story of a quiet, powerful revolution. It's a revolution led by daughters who are teaching their fathers a new kind of pride. It's led by students who are becoming the teachers of a new generation. It's led by artists who are giving an ancient culture a vibrant new voice. The old men in the cafes still talk about the past, but their eyes follow their granddaughters with a look of bewildered awe. They don't always understand this new world, but they can see its strength, its beauty, its intelligence. To see the future of this fascinating, complicated, and beautiful country, you don't need to analyze economic data or political speeches. You just have to open your eyes. You just have to look at the girls. You just have to watch them, and you will see a nation, once sleeping, now wide awake and walking confidently into the light, led by the determined footsteps of its daughters. Their story is just beginning, and it is the most exciting story being written in Europe today.